Most riders think that buying a motorcycle jacket is just about looking cool, showing off the brand, or maybe protecting themselves if they fall. But here's the truth. The jacket you choose and how you use it quietly decides whether your ride is smooth, safe, and enjoyable, or whether you're slowly killing your experience without even realizing it. Yes, you heard me. Your jacket, the very thing you trust to protect you, might actually be the silent enemy ruining your rides. Think about it. You invest in your bike, you maintain it, you learn all the skills to ride better, but then you slip into a jacket that completely destroys your comfort, your safety, and even your confidence. And the worst part? You don't even notice until it's too late. That's the manipulative part about these mistakes. They hide in plain sight. One bad choice in jacket size, one overlooked feature, one wrong material, and suddenly, you're sweating through your rides, freezing in the cold, distracted by discomfort, or worse, your jacket fails you when you need it most. Most riders treat their jackets like fashion, but a real rider knows that a jacket is a weapon, it's armor. And if your armor is weak, you are weak. If your armor is poorly chosen, every single ride becomes riskier, more tiring, and less enjoyable. And that is exactly how these 7 common mistakes creep in, not just lowering your riding experience, but actively sabotaging it. Here's what's really dangerous. The majority of riders think they're making the right choice. They believe the higher the price, the better the jacket. Or they think, as long as it looks tough, it must be good. But in reality, these assumptions are traps. They manipulate you into spending money on something that looks powerful, but performs poorly. And every time you ride in it, you're putting blind trust in something that cannot deliver when it matters most. So let me put it bluntly. If you've ever wondered why your rides feel uncomfortable, why you get tired faster, why you can't focus fully, or why your jacket just doesn't give you that complete sense of security, it's not your bike, it's not your skills, it's your jacket. And chances are, you're making one or maybe even several of these 7 deadly mistakes that riders keep repeating. By the end of this video, you're going to see your jacket differently. You'll either realize that you've been making the exact mistakes that are killing your ride, or you'll feel a sense of relief knowing you've avoided them. Either way, this is the moment where the truth becomes impossible to ignore. Because once you see these mistakes, you'll never look at your jacket the same way again. Mistake 1. Buying the wrong size. Most riders think size is just about comfort. They assume if the jacket zips up, it fits. But let me tell you, a poorly sized jacket is one of the deadliest mistakes you can make. Why? Because if your jacket is too loose, those protective pads slide away during impact, leaving your shoulders, elbows, and back completely exposed. And if it's too tight, it restricts your movement, kills your reaction speed, and distracts you from the road. A jacket isn't just clothing, it's your second skin. If that second skin doesn't hug you properly, it becomes useless. Riders who ignore this end up riding in jackets that look good in front of a mirror, but fail in the one situation that actually matters when you hit the ground. And here's the worst part. Many riders don't realize this mistake until the day they crash, and by then, it's too late. Mistake 2. Ignoring proper armor. You'd be shocked how many riders wear jackets with zero or cheap armor. Some jackets come with foam padding that looks like protection but offers no real impact resistance. It's nothing but decoration. Real armor is CE rated, designed to absorb shock, distribute force, and reduce injuries. But most people don't bother checking. They trust the brand name, or worse, they don't even know what armor rating means. Imagine spending hundreds on a jacket and then realizing, during a crash, that the protection you trusted was basically worthless. That's not just a mistake, it's betrayal. And you betrayed yourself by not checking the armor in the first place. Mistake 3. Choosing style over function. This is the ego trap. Riders want to look aggressive, sharp, or fashionable, so they pick jackets that look cool on Instagram, but are nightmares on the road. A jacket with too many flashy zippers, awkward cuts, or cheap leather might get you compliments, but it won't protect you when the pavement says hello. Function must always dominate style. A jacket should keep you safe first, comfortable second, and stylish third. But most riders flip that order upside down, and that's why so many suffer silently. Because when you ride, no one cares how you look. The only thing that matters is whether your jacket does its job. And when it doesn't, you'll wish you cared less about style and more about survival. Mistake 4. Wrong material choice. Here's the cruel truth. Not all leather is protective, and not all textiles are durable. Many jackets use fashion leather, which tears like paper in a crash. Others use cheap textile that shreds the moment it scrapes against asphalt. Real protective jackets use top-grain leather or high-denier textile built to resist abrasion. But most riders don't check. They just assume, if it's leather, it's safe. That assumption kills. Imagine sliding across the road, only for your jacket to rip open within seconds, leaving your skin to grind against the asphalt. That's the price of ignorance. Your material decides whether your jacket saves you or betrays you, and most riders don't realize it until the day their jacket fails them. Mistake 5. Forgetting ventilation and weather protection. A jacket is not just for crashes, it's for every single second of your ride. And if you're sweating like crazy in summer or freezing stiff in winter, you're distracted, uncomfortable, and unsafe. Ventilation panels, removable liners, waterproofing, these are not luxuries, they're survival features. Without them, your jacket becomes a prison. You start focusing on your discomfort instead of the road. And here's what no one tells you. Accidents often happen when your mind wanders for just a few seconds. Being overheated or freezing guarantees those seconds of distraction. So, when you ignore ventilation and weather protection, you're not just choosing discomfort, you're increasing your chances of a crash. Mistake 6. Skipping reflective features. Most riders only think about crashes in the daytime. But what about night rides? Dark highways? Foggy roads? A jacket without reflective panels makes you invisible. Invisible to cars, invisible to trucks, invisible to everyone who could end your life in a second. Some riders think reflective stripes look ugly, so they skip them. But what's uglier, wearing reflective patches or lying on the asphalt because a driver didn't see you in time? Visibility isn't optional. It's survival. And ignoring it is a silent mistake that kills more riders than you'd like to believe. Mistake 7. Thinking price equals quality. This is the trap that catches almost everyone. Riders assume that if they pay more, they're safer. But the truth? Many brands charge you for the logo, not the protection. You could spend $800 on a premium jacket that performs worse than a $250 one with proper armor, ventilation, and construction. Price tricks your brain. It convinces you that safety is guaranteed. But it's not. You must check features, materials, armor ratings, stitching quality. Because when you crash, your jacket doesn't care how much you paid for it. It only cares whether it was built to protect you. And most riders only learn this the hard way by paying with more than just money. Each of these mistakes doesn't just weaken your jacket, they weaken you. They rob you of safety, comfort, and confidence every single time you ride. And the cruelest part? Most riders make not one, but several of these mistakes at once, without ever realizing it. And there you have it, 7 mistakes that are silently killing your ride. Chances are, you've already been guilty of at least one, maybe even more. But that's where the real question comes in. Which one is yours? Be honest, are you the style over safety type? The wrong size but who cares rider? Or maybe you're still trusting that overpriced jacket just because it looked premium? Don't lie to yourself, because the road never lies back. Drop your mistake in the comments, don't worry, you're not alone. In fact, the comments section is probably about to look like a confession box for riders worldwide. And here's the funny part. The more brutally honest you are, the more other riders will secretly respect you for admitting it. So, tell me which of these 7 mistakes is secretly yours, or which one do you see other riders making every day?